Break the board sports. It's your boy RJ Cash. Click that like, hit subscribe. Hopping into Big 12 Saturday. A little bit of a different studio we got going on here, but nevertheless, handicapping goes on. Number 11 ranked Texas Tech heads to Central Florida. Texas Tech's a 5.5 point favorite today. 81% of the ticket count, 75% of the handle going to the Red Raiders. 19% ticket count, 25% of the handle going to Central Florida. Now your total 159.5 for this game, 62% of the tick count, 64% of the handle going over that 159.5, 38% of ticket count, 36% of the handle going to the under. Now, Texas Tech ranked number third in the Big 12, 16-4. Central Florida, exact same record, 16-4, but seventh in the Big 12. Central Florida, 11-2 at home, as to where Texas Tech, 2-2 on the road. Now, these two teams haven't met since December of last season. 87-83 at Texas Tech. Central Florida got the win. They've actually won the previous two meetings that these two teams have played. Now, Texas Tech, they're on a heater. 5 in a row. We gave them out their last game against Houston last Saturday as a double unit. It got home. Some impressive wins for the Red Raiders. They've beaten Houston. They've beaten BYU. They've really played tough. They beat Duke there in Madison Square Garden, 82-81. Now, back-to-back wins for Central Florida here as they come off a 79-76 win against Arizona State the other day. Again, in this one, the Red Raiders laying 5.5. It opened 3.5, so got bet up really quick. Obviously, Texas Tech, one of the better teams in the country, on the road, averaging 76.7 points per game. That's where Central Florida at home averaging 85.6. Texas Tech on the road giving up 73.5 points per game. Central Florida giving up 75.5 points per game. So the spread really tight, especially when you compare scoring offense, scoring defense. Texas Tech 7-2 ATS over their last 9, 5 straight wins for them. They're 6-1 versus the Big 12 this year. Texas Tech 4-2 ATS their last 6 when they're in the role of the favorite like they are today. Central Florida 15-3 their last 18 games overall, 10-1 straight up their last 11 at home. This is a Central Florida team that has beaten teams like Kansas at home, so it's proven to be a very tough place to play. Central Florida 6-2 ATS over their last 8. Listen, the fact that Texas Tech has a big rest advantage here, they haven't played for a week. That gives me a little reason to pause. They kind of got an advantage as far as that goes. 5.5, I would like to see it creep up a little more before I bid on the line. But if I had to bet the game right now, I would definitely take Central Florida plus the 5.5 here would be the way I went if I bet it now. But I just want to wait and see where that line moves. If it stays at 5.5, maybe you wait to bet in game. But again, if I had to make a play, I don't have anything in pocket, it would be Central Florida. Number 1 ranked Arizona heads to Arizona State, the Battle of Arizona, and Arizona coming off that tough game against BYU, where they pulled out that win at the end, despite being up a ton and really dominating that game. BYU gave them a scare at the end. Arizona laying 14.5, 164.5 is our total. 41% of ticket count, 55% of the handle going to the over. 59% of ticket count, 45% of the handle going to the under. Now, Arizona State is only getting 23% ticket count and 31% of the handle, as to where Arizona is getting 77% of ticket count and 69% of the handle. So a lot of love here for Arizona in this one. Arizona unblemished, number 1 ranked team in the country, 21-0, facing Bob Hurley's staff here, 11-10. Are the Sun Devils of Arizona State. Now, Arizona brings in the 14th best scoring offense on the road, 84.1 points per game, as where Arizona State averaging 79.4 points per game at home. So about a 5-point advantage for Arizona. Arizona State gives up 74.5 points per game at home, as to where Arizona gives up 74. So dead even on that mark. That gives Arizona State some good hope there. Again, 20-0 is Arizona. They're 6-2 ATS over their last 8. They've beaten the Arizona State 6 straight matchups and are 4-2 ATS in those. They've also won 5 straight at Arizona State. So Arizona State hasn't had a home court advantage feel when playing the Wildcats. Arizona State started off okay, and they've just fell downhill since then. 2-8 straight up over their last 10. They're just 3-17 their last 20 versus the Big 12 Conference. Again, they've dropped 5 straight at home against Arizona. When they're in the role of the underdog, though, Arizona State has covered more times than not. They are 8-4 ATS over their last 12, and they're actually 4-2 against the spread their last 6. So they've been able to hang in there. Call me crazy. There's some 15s that have started to pop up. 14.5 is the line at DraftKings, but 15, I think that's way too much, especially Arizona, again, coming off of a tough, grueling game that they just had against BYU. That was a big marquee game, a lot of eyes on it. I expect a little bit of a letdown here as to where really this is Arizona State's Super Bowl, so to speak. So I think they're going to come out and play really, really tough. I like Arizona State plus the 15. Again, when you're handicapping, it's definitely a numbers game and it's spots, right? So what spots make sense? And I think Arizona State plus 15 just makes a lot of sense. Cincinnati at 10th ranked Houston. Now Houston's laying 14.5. They're laying a big number. 134.5 is the total. 74% of the ticket count, 60% of the handle going to the under in this one, as to where 26% of ticket count, 40% of the handle going to the under 134.5. As far as the side goes, Houston getting 78% of ticket count, 90% of the handle, 22% ticket count, 10% of the handle going to Cincinnati plus 10.5. Now look, the Bearcats here of Cincinnati, 11-10 as to where Houston comes in 18-2. Houston been very formidable. Obviously, they're a Final Four type caliber team. Cincinnati averaging 65 points per game on the road. Houston averaging 78.9 at home. Cincinnati giving up 75 points per game on the road. Houston brings in the 4th best scoring defense at home, folks. They're only giving up 57.8 points per game. Sampson's team is legit again this year. Cincinnati 4-2 ATS their last 5 against Houston. Houston has beaten Cincinnati 10 straight and are 14-5 ATS the last 19 games against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's dropped their last 9 on the road. They've dropped 8 straight on the road to Houston. So just not a good look there for them. They've also played to the under 17 of their last 20 games have the Bearcats. Now Houston, 4-1 ATS their last 5, 12-1 straight up their last 13. They have a 15-game home winning streak. As we said, they've won 8 straight at home against Cincinnati. They've played to the under 4 of the last 5 times that these two teams have played each other. Look, it's a big number. I can't lay 14.5, but I would look to the under in this. If you're going to make a play, I would lay it with Houston or nothing. But my best bet in the Big 12 today, I'm going to grab Arizona State plus 15. RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports, giving you stats, trends, information to help you with your handicap. Whether you fade or follow, hope you guys win your bets. God bless and happy handicapping.